Hi everyone. So I just got out of a session and the topic of autonomy came up and the ways that we can practice that and embody that for ourselves, but also the ways that it can start to influence our friendships and our relationships. Autonomy is really the capacity to show up as our true selves and to recognize our authentic point of view, our beliefs, our needs, our skill set, our opinions. And the more that we're able to honor that within ourselves, to recognize, to self-validate what we have, what's uniquely ours, to really face those differences, ways and qualities that maybe we don't see as much sometimes in the outer world, or maybe that keep us from perfectly fitting into a lot of boxes or certain communities or areas, but the ways that make us very special and unique, and also that we have a lot of power and skill set, and the ways that we enrich the world through our authentic core self, or values or aspects of who we are. And so once we're able to, of course, honor and see and validate those within ourselves, then we're more able to do that for others. So there's that, but then of course, how do we then take our authenticness and relate to others and their authenticness? How do we have connection in a way that might mean it being a little more complex, that very much a model that we've all been taught for most of our lives, especially in the US, is this very codependent type of relating, both in friendship and also in relationship. And this is usually modeled through family relationships, but very much in media and culture, that there's this all or nothing style way of thinking or relating that unless I have all of these things in common, I'm not going to be able to connect or relate to this other person, or they don't give me value, or and really deep down there often is a fear of, well, unless I feel like I completely relate in all of these areas, I don't know if I'm going to feel safe to be who I am, which is kind of ironic if you think about it, because we require, we feel that we need to require all of these things in common in order for us to feel like we can be our true selves. But innately, to be our true selves, it means that we're going to be different no matter who it is, even in relationship or friendship with those that we really do connect. As we know, there are many ways that we still don't, or many ways that we differ. And so we continue to seek and look for ways that we can have this very all or nothing way of relating, connecting. I mean, this is where politics are, they're rooted in this model. And we have we struggle with diversity, with difference, with challenges, with opinions that differ from our own, because it, on a core level, threatens this need for safety. And so if we can build the skills around autonomy, we no longer feel as threatened through that. And we're more able to recognize the beauty and the the wide range of value that everyone has and the ways that we can relate in even the smallest areas with many people. And to look at those kinds of relationships is just as valuable, if not incredibly important, to have in our lives. Those friendships or relationships that, well, maybe we only do these few activities together, or maybe we only talk about these few topics, but man, when we do, we really hit it off. And maybe I can't provide these other things that they want, and vice versa, but I can get them elsewhere. And to build this rich net of connection and relating with all kinds of people. And this is something I've personally thought about a lot and worked to practice this. It's this ongoing practice because I personally have made a lot of change in my life. My interests have changed, my career's changed, my style of relating and connecting has changed. And as someone who has immense history of relating in these codependent ways, I've found, unfortunately, that it can be really hurtful to have these kinds of expectations for people to completely fill every niche, every angle for you, and it's not possible. And the ways that you can accidentally overlook what people are offering you already, what they have, what makes them unique and special, and how to appreciate them exactly as they are, even more so because they're different and they're authentic. And so wanted to really highlight the importance of autonomy and its capacity to not only help us show up as ourselves in the world, but to help us build more rich, diverse, complex, multidimensional relationships and experiences that not only do we learn and grow from them, but we have more connection. We have more experience, more beauty in our lives because of it and because of each other. And that it also directly contradicts this increasing trend of cancel culture, which is very similar. It's this all or nothing thinking that, unless you agree with me in this way, I have no value from you. And that's extremely hurtful, let alone short-sighted. So autonomy really helps us be able to see beyond those limitations, to see beyond those limited beliefs, and really value and honor and appreciate one another. And again, to create a more rich experience of life, and to really appreciate each other more fully. So just wanted to offer that, and sending love to all of you and your authenticity, and appreciating it greatly and what you bring to the world.